Hey, welcome to this mini lecture. My name is Dino. It's titled Why We Socialize Online. The focus of the video is to explore online socialization theories. There's four main theories we'll be exploring. The first part of the video is dealing with the context for online life, sort of just the broader view of some data which helps us to inform why I'm making this video. Everybody's doing it at the global online push. I'm sure you're watching this on YouTube, most likely that means you're online. You're not alone, friend. Everybody's doing it. As of 2020, there's estimated to be 4.66 billion active internet users, which at that time is about 59% of the world's population. People on social media, SM, I use as an acronym later on. As you imagine, is a little bit less, but it's also noteworthy. It's 3.81 billion, so it's like like around 80% of that. Sorry, maybe I should have done the percentage of the social media users to active internet users. I apologize, but you can do the math on your own if you'd like. This number is projected to grow to 4.41 billion in 2025, so looks like it's only going to increase. Summary from all this is the number of people online is pretty staggering when you think about it for a phenomenon that hasn't been around that long. So what's the rationale for socialization, which is really the thrust of this whole video? The data that is presented, the really high numbers of people online generally, and the really high number of people specifically on social media, again, begs at least a couple of questions. Why are we all online, and why are we all specifically on social media? Like, what drives that? So I'm going to go into four main theories. If you want to get a drink, you can do that on your own as you enjoy. First one's by Goffman. It's regarding the presentation of self. This is sort of based on his book, The Presentation of Self in Everyday Life, which is from 1959. Social media, she and all believe that social media presents the self in better ways than we normally are, which I'm sure for many of you who curate really nice looking photos and cool social situations online will probably agree with that. From this, users can create their own brand and online identity, which can be separate and different than who we are in real life. From this, there's a creation through the presentation of cultural, social, and political interests in a consistent, visible manner. So we present ourselves in everyday life as per Goffman. The takeaway from this is that social media is a means to present our best self, that's what people normally do. Unfortunately, sometimes when people coexist with you, they may not present you in the best way, but you normally try to present yourself in the best way possible. The second one, deals with Bourdieu, this concept of social capital. Social capital, it's where you aggregate personal resources, and they intersect with the person's ongoing network of human relationships. So it's the intersection of these resources and our human relationships. The concept of social media updates social capital for the digital world. So before there was just an analog social capital, it would be just the people you kind of know on a personal or professional level, and how that interacts. Now it's amplified through the digital world. We use various online strategies to increase potential virality across social networks. Again, going back to Goffman and the presentation of self, we'll present ourselves in good ways, and if people like that, then you and your brand can become more viral. This virality in turn increases the resources and improves relationships in sort of a virtuous circle. The takeaway is that social media has a capacity to let us strengthen our social capital, and then obviously, as you've seen people getting canceled before, and the concept of cancel culture, you can obviously compromise your social capital as well, or those who may not have your best interests at heart may compromise your social capital online. Jean-Paul Sartre and the idea of existentialism. For those of you who are a fan, Sartre wrote on the ideas of existence and existentialism. The date is obviously not from what it originally, that's from a reprint. From this, you can take social media's relative permanence. For example, the digital fragments we create online, whether you have a website, maybe a YouTube channel, maybe Instagram photos, etc. You build a historical presence online. So over time, if you have a social media account for 10 years, over time it's going to sort of give you a historical presence. This creates a relatively enduring personal online footprint that can be examined by ourselves and for others. This is one component of how we start and maintain relationships is, oh wow, I saw that photo of you doing this, let's go hang out sometime, so that they can be very informal. Or, so say in a professional setting, someone can see your online presence on LinkedIn, for example, and, start or maintain a professional relationship. Takeaway from all this is that social media is a part and projection of our existence. Finally, Heidegger talks about this idea of a shared world. Life world and being in the world, those are concepts by Heidegger. The existence within a broader world consisting of our internal life that coexists with others who are also part of our lives as we are with them. So we kind of coexist in the world. Social media takes Heidegger's ideas of a shared world and being with other people and shifts it and changes it. Like we share an online digital space. We can be with others, through perhaps like tagging photos. So we're quote unquote with someone when we're tagged on the same photo, or you're having a viewing session for a video or something. Participation on social media we can do it for community and coexistence in relation to others. So that's one reason why people use it. The final takeaway is that we commune and coexist with others online, and that's why we use social media. Conclusion, where do we go from here? Before I do that, let me just really quickly go over the 4 theories. Goffman's presentation of self. That's where we present ourselves in ways that are better than we normally are. I know that you're only presenting yourself in the best way possible, and that's an accurate version of yourself, like I am. Bourdieu's idea of social capital. This is where we use online strategies to increase virality across networks. Sartre's existential project, social media's relative permanence. They, for example, created digital fragments like videos, photos, writing that we have online. It helps to build a historical presence online. And finally, Heidegger's shared world. We participate on social media platforms for community and coexistence. And maybe, again, based on those theories, where do we go from here? It seems pretty obvious that online life is essential to many / most / all of us these days. Unless you're really pretty old and really not very technically illiterate, you most likely have some even small trace of online life. From this, understanding the rationale for why we use these platforms and social media and why we create an online existence, it will ideally help us use it in more purposeful ways and discuss it in a more focused manner. So that when we talk about online life, we are doing it honestly, openly, and that somehow that leads to positive outcomes. Why socialize online? That was the video. Please feel free to like this video. Please feel free to comment. Why do you socialize online? Do you follow any of those 4 theories, or is there a 5th theory or a 6th theory that you've come up with that may not intersect with those great thinkers? Do you use multiple theories of those, or are there other ways that they complement each other? Have you seen ways where people, for example, these theories might not apply, like the idea of Bourdieu's idea of social capital? Have you seen examples of where people have been victim to quote-unquote cancel culture, and what are the impacts of that? And how has that impacted their social capital online, their social capital in real life, and may have compromised their lives to some extent? Finally, please feel free to subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content. As always, thanks for watching. Take care.